What an exhaustion does is it's not a, it's exhaustion of buyers.
Yeah.
The last
sure.
buyer has bought, and it's not like you have new sellers coming in. It's just there's nobody left to buy. And you can go back and from a portfolio management standpoint, you can get a large allocation in in a small amount of stocks to buy. So a lot of portfolio managers use Amazon as a liquidity vehicle and just hide money in there. They feel comfortable. Nobody's going to yell at them if they're in Amazon.
No,
or
that's
Apple,
very
for
true.
that matter.
That's very true. Well, let's talk about those exhaustion. What do you do for people watching this? When you see this exhaustion, once you see that, what do you do? How do you start watching for? When do you start putting positions on?
So if I'm long a stock and let's say I buy it from the downside exhaustion to the upside exhaustion, I'll sell it. If I'm not in the stock and I wanted to short it at the topside exhaustion, I might short a quarter-size position. I then use a very simple 5-day moving average. When the stock breaks below that, I'll press and short more. If we get the 20-day moving average to roll over and go down, I'll put a full position on. And that's generally how I do it. As far as stops, which these do have mechanical stops.
Sure.
I tend to use, let's say, a 5% stop above or below wherever I start my position. But I will scale into a position always. I never buy a full position.
No, and that's one of the first lessons I think anyone that does this learns. You don't ever go all in on day one, because it just screws your emotions up completely. You never look at things the right way if you do that.
And I like to add to winners and I don't add to losers. It's just a Paul Tudor Jones.
Again, exactly right. It's another discipline. So your stops, I'm always curious when I talk to people about this stuff. Have you changed your stops given the era we're in of essentially zero interest rates? Because a lot of people, it used to be, well, I can take a 7, 8, 9, 10% stop now because I had the money in the bank, I can earn some interest. Have you changed the way you play stops? Because it's obviously the tighter they are, the harder they are.
Well, sometimes I'll have a wider stop, but I'll have a smaller position.
Yeah.
And I like to sleep at night, and I'd rather not have a position where it's going against me and it's a full position. I'll get out and maybe reassess and add back at another time. I have no problem doing that. I'm a trader. I work for traders, and David Gannon can be in a stock, out, and then back in a day or two.